A short message for grown-ups. As parents, we know how quickly family time can slip into scrolling time, everyone on their own devices after a long day. Wouldn't it be great to share something active and fun instead? Meet Next Playground, an active game system powered by your body. No controllers, no wearables, just natural motion-driven play. Join Bluey and Keepy Uppy, fly with How to Train Your Dragon, dance with Barbie, pop bubbles in Gabby's dollhouse, or train with Kung Fu Panda. All from your living room. And it's totally kid-safe. No ads, no in-app purchases, no mature content. Just clean, active fun to bring the family together this fall. Want to learn more? Visit nextplayground.com. That's nextplayground.com to explore active family gaming today. Hello, friends, and welcome to Sleep Tight Stories. Red and the gang came so close to getting caught, but they did it. Now they get to relax and just be kids for a while the adults take care of the people who did wrong. Red and Blue watch the new families land safely and feel very happy and proud that they were able to help make that happen. The Transfer Student Vol.2, Part 26. Epilogue. Red wakes up Sunday morning to the sound of her phone alarm singing, "Red is a stinky head." He found a way to hack her phone yet again. Ugh. He hasn't done that in weeks, not since they got serious about the mystery. Maybe things are getting back to normal. Whatever normal means for a Martian kid living secretly on Earth. She lies in bed for a moment, staring at her ceiling, thinking about yesterday. Watching those 47 families arrive at the integration center. Seeing that girl with dark hair and her younger brother who looked just like Red and Blue did months ago. Confused, overwhelmed, scared, but trying not to show it. She thinks about Torres in custody, about Dr. Hartzcash's being preserved properly, about the evidence that's probably reaching Martian authorities right now, spreading through proper channels like Marcus promised. They did it. They actually did it. But there's a weird emptiness, too, like finishing a really good book and not knowing what to read next. For weeks, she's had this mission, this purpose. Find the caches, stop the corrupt agents, protect the families. And now, it's done. School tomorrow, homework, regular life. What comes next? Red gets up, looking through her phone for more tricks. One time, he replaced some of her pictures with pictures of him sticking out his tongue. She sees nothing and figures he didn't want to chance her getting back at him. She gets dressed and then slowly heads downstairs. The house smells like her mom's cooking. Something earth-based this time. Pancakes, maybe? Her mom was still experimenting with earth breakfast foods. Blue's already at the kitchen table, grinning innocently, like he has absolutely no idea what she's talking about, when she gives him her best, "I know what you did" look. "What happened, Red? Couldn't sleep in?" Blue commented with a smirk. Not missing a beat, Red replied, "I was up earlier working on a special surprise for you. You're going to love it." Blue looked worried. Their mom is at the stove humming something Martian, a song Red remembers from home, from before. One of the old songs about red dust storms and double moons. She closes her eyes for a moment, listening, remembering Mars. "Big day yesterday," her mom says casually, not turning around from the stove. "How are you feeling?" Red thinks about that. How is she feeling? Proud, tired, a little lost without a mission? Hopeful, scared about what might come next? Relieved it's over? All of it at once tangled together. "Good," she says finally. "Weird, but good." "That's honest," her mom says, and now she does turn around, and her expression is soft, in that way that means she understands more than she's saying. "Your father would have been so proud of you both." Would have been? Past tense. Because he's gone, off planet doing whatever important work keeps him away, and they don't know when he'll. The doorbell rings. Blue and Red exchange confused looks. Nobody visits this early on Sunday morning. It's barely 9 o'clock. Their mom's face does something complicated. Surprise, joy, worry, all mixed together in a way Red's never seen before. "I'll get it," she says quickly, already moving toward the front door, wiping her hands on a towel. Red's enhanced hearing picks up the sound of the door opening, her mother's sharp intake of breath, like she's trying not to cry. Then, a familiar voice, deeper than Blue's, but with the same inflection, the same rhythm. "I'm sorry I couldn't be here sooner." Red's heart stops. That voice. She knows that voice. Red reaches the living room just as her father steps inside. He looks exactly like she remembers. Tall, serious face, wearing earth clothes that don't quite fit right. There's a worn travel bag over his shoulder. "Red," he says, and his voice cracks slightly. "Blue?" Blue crashes into him first. Their father catches him easily, one arm wrapping tight. Red stands frozen for a second, feeling too much at once. Then she's moving too, and suddenly they're all hugging, and her mom is there too with tears on her face. When they finally pull apart, Red realizes she's crying. Blue is too, though he's trying to hide it. Their dad isn't even pretending not to. They sit in the living room, all four of them together for the first time since Mars. Their father sits forward, hands clasped, looking at Red and Blue like he's trying to memorize their faces. "I'm sorry," he says first. "I'm sorry I couldn't be here. I'm sorry I couldn't help you when you needed it most." "Where were you?" Red asks, her voice smaller than she intended. "Off planet, Mars mostly. I've been working with the Martian government and the legitimate AID to build the case against the corrupt agents." He pauses, "But I couldn't intervene directly. If Torres knew I was involved, it would have compromised everything, put you in more danger." "You knew what we were doing?" Blue asks. Their father nods. "I knew about the mystery, about Dr. Hart's caches, about you finding the clues." He looks directly at Red. "I knew you were in danger more than once, and I couldn't stop you. Do you have any idea how hard that was?" Red thinks about watching those families arrive yesterday. "You trusted us to handle it." I had to, her father says, pain in his voice, because pulling you out would have exposed you. And I knew you were smart enough, brave enough, strong enough to do it without me. But you were watching, Red says. Not a question. Every chance I could, through intermediaries, and the occasional surveillance drone. He looks at their mom. Your mother was my eyes here. She kept me updated, kept you as safe as she could, and let you be brave when she had to. Red looks at her mom, understanding clicking into place. That's why she knew, why she asked careful questions but never stopped them. Misty and Shade were reporting to you too, Red realizes. Her father smiles slightly. They're good agents. They made sure you had backup when you needed it. That rescue at the park wasn't a coincidence. Are you staying? Blue asks, cutting to the most important question. Their father's smile becomes more complicated. I'm here for 2 weeks before I go back to Mars, but we're working on something more permanent, a way for me to be here more often. It's complicated, but we're trying. 2 weeks isn't forever, but it's something. I want to hear everything, their father says, leaning forward with genuine eagerness. Every single detail of how you found Dr. Hart's caches. How you outsmarted Torres and his entire team. How you saved those 47 families. He looks at both of them with fierce pride. I want to know everything about my brilliant, brave, impossible children and their incredible adventure. They spent the next hour telling the story. Blue starts with finding the box under the tree, dramatically reenacting how Red almost missed the hidden compartment. Red explains decoding Dr. Hart's clues, how Meridian's device worked like a key. Their father listens intently, asking questions that shows he understands the technical details. This is what Red's missed, talking to someone who gets it. He laughs when Blue describes the raccoon incident. A whole mystery just for raccoons? It kept Torres from noticing we were working on the real mystery, Blue adds. Their father gets serious when they talk about almost getting caught at the water plant, his jaw tightening. Their mom makes more pancakes, and they all migrate to the kitchen, eating and telling stories like they used to on Mars. The subway tunnels were the scariest, Blue admits. Those stairs went down forever, and we could hear Torres's team behind us. But the command center was incredible, Red adds. She describes the holographic displays, Dr. Hart's final message. She left it all for kids to find because she knew adults could be compromised, but kids working together with the truth are harder to stop, her father finishes quietly. Dr. Hart was remarkable. She saved more lives than anyone will ever know. What happens to her caches now? Red asks. They're being properly preserved. The cultural archives will be available to any Martian family who wants to connect with their heritage. And Dr. Hart's name will be remembered among our people. Red feels satisfied with that. Dr. Hart's legacy is secure. And Torres? Blue asks. Their father's expression hardens. He and his team are facing trial. They won't be able to hurt anyone again. How many total? Red asks. 16 at final count. One turned cooperative witness. The important thing, their father continues, is that the exploitation network is completely dismantled. Incoming families will get real help from agents who actually care. And the good agents, people like Misty and Shade and Emma's brother Marcus, can do their jobs properly now without corrupt agents sabotaging them from within. Blue grins, puffing up slightly. Because we're awesome. Because you're reckless and clever and apparently unstoppable when you decide something needs doing, their mother corrects. But she's smiling. Also grounded from mysteries for at least a month. A month? Blue protests, his voice going high. That's forever. You hacked government databases and broke into restricted underground facilities, their mom points out calmly. Multiple times. You're lucky it's only a month and not the rest of the year. Red catches her father's eye and sees him trying desperately not to laugh. He mouths, "Proud of you," when their mom isn't looking, and Red has to bite her lip to keep from grinning. They spend the rest of the morning like that, just being a family. Their father wants to hear about school, about their friends, about normal Earth life. Red tells him about Mr. McCaskill's terrible jokes that only she laughs at, about the Solving Mysteries Club and how it's actually become a real thing. Blue talks about his classes, about the Earth kids he's befriended, about how weird Earth food is, but how he's starting to like some of it. It feels normal. Strange, but normal. Like, maybe they can actually build a life here, even with their father going back and forth between planets. Even with the secrets they have to keep from most people. Even with everything still being complicated and uncertain. Even with Earth's blue sky and chaotic plant life and gravity that's still just slightly wrong. Maybe they can make this work. Monday afternoon, Red's at her locker when she notices a girl standing nearby looking completely lost. Dark hair, about Red's age, holding a schedule and staring at hallway numbers like they're written in code. Red recognizes her immediately, the girl from Saturday, from the arriving families. The girl notices Red watching and looks embarrassed. "Sorry, I'm just trying to find room 214 for English?" Her accent is careful, practiced, just like Red's was at first. "I'm heading that way," Red says. "I'll show you." Relief floods the girl's face. "Thank you. Everything here is so different." "Yeah," Red agrees, "it really is. I'm Red, by the way. I transferred here a few months ago." "Transferred? From?" The girl's voice is careful. "Pretty far away," Red says, meeting her eyes with understanding. "Really far. Really far." The girl's shoulders relax. She understands. "I'm Senna." They walk together. Red points out important locations. The good bathroom, the vending machine that sometimes gives 2 snacks, the courtyard where you can see the sky. "The sky is so weird here," Senna says quietly. "It's the wrong color." "Blue instead of red," Red agrees. "I still notice it every day." "Does it get easier?" Senna asks, her voice quiet now. "Being here? Fitting in? Feeling like you belong?" Red thinks about that, about solving mysteries and making real friends. About having a purpose and people who trust her. "Yeah," she says honestly, "it gets easier. Not perfect. I don't know if it'll ever feel totally normal, but easier. And having friends who understand helps a lot." I don't really know anyone yet, Senna admits. Well, now you know me, Red says. And I know some other people you should meet. We have this club, Solving Mysteries Club. It sounds silly, but we're actually pretty good at it. Senna smiles for the first time. Mysteries sound fun. They're complicated, Red says, but yeah, they're fun. They reach Mr. McCaskill's classroom. Inside, Red can see her friends. Charlie organizing his notebook, Alexa reviewing notes, Rachel sketching, Emma and Kurt talking. Her people. Her team. Come on, Red says, I'll introduce you. Mr. McCaskill looks up. Ah, Red, and who's this? This is Senna, Red says. She's new. I'm showing her around. Wonderful. Welcome to Maplewood, Senna. I hope you're ready for the most exciting English class of your life. He pauses. That was a joke. English class is never exciting. But I try. Senna looks confused. Red just grins. You'll get used to his jokes. Kind of. As they take their seats, Red making sure Senna sits with the group, Charlie leans over. New friend? New transfer student, Red says meaningfully, and Charlie's eyes widen with understanding. Cool, he says, turning to Senna with a friendly smile. I'm Charlie. Welcome to the Weird Table. That evening, Red sits at her desk with Meridian's device in her hands. It's dormant now, but it still hums faintly with potential, like it's waiting for something. Her father's downstairs with her mom and Blue laughing. She can hear them through the floor. Normal family sounds she didn't think she'd get to hear again. 2 weeks isn't forever, but it's enough time to be a family again. And after that, he'll come back when he can. It's not perfect, but it's real. Red thinks about Dr. Hart, about leaving clues for the future because you believe someone will find them. About trusting kids to be brave and smart and capable. The charm from the original box sits next to Meridian's device. 2 pieces of Martian technology. 2 pieces of someone's legacy. 2 pieces of a story that probably isn't over yet. Because Red's learned something important. Mysteries don't really end. They just pause. They wait. Somewhere out there are probably more secrets. More families who need help. More kids like Senna trying to figure out where they fit. Red doesn't know what the next mystery will be, but whatever comes next, she won't be facing it alone. She has her family, complicated and scattered across planets, but together in the ways that matter. She has her friends, Earth kids and Martian kids, all of them loyal and brave. She has her intelligence and courage and stubborn determination to do what's right. And she has Earth, which still feels strange and green and chaotic, but is slowly starting to feel like home. Red sets Meridian's device on her desk and looks out her window. Lights are coming on in houses. Families sitting down to dinner. Normal Earth evening. Except she knows now that normal is complicated. That adventures hide in ordinary places. That mysteries wait for someone brave enough to solve them. Blue pokes his head in. Dad wants to know if you want to watch that movie about Mars. The super inaccurate one that makes us all yell at the screen. Red grins. Obviously, yes. She follows Blue downstairs to their family, to their evening, to their temporary but precious normal. Tomorrow there will be school. There will be Senna to help. There will be mysteries waiting to be noticed. But tonight, there's this: her father's laugh, her mother's smile, Blue's terrible commentary, and the knowledge that whatever comes next, they'll figure it out together. Not bad for a transfer student from Mars. Not bad at all. And that is the end of this volume. Good night. Sleep tight.